We were wrong.
Very wrong.
I apologize to Tom Brady. I am extremely sorry for doubting you.
Yep. Same here.
Bucs defense, you guys were
Flying.
unbelievable.
You guys were flying.
You were swarming Patrick Mahomes. He was running like a bat out of hell on Sunday.
Yeah.
I honestly could not believe the way that game went.
I know. I can't believe it.
Yeah. And I get the frustration some people have with Tom Brady winning the MVP. But at the same time, it's kind of hard because like there wasn't necessarily one defensive player that
it was as
showed
a whole.
out.
They just ate the Chiefs.
Exactly. It's either like you give it to the entire defense, or you kind of just give it to Brady, who played a flawless game.
Yeah, he didn't make any mistakes.
Yeah, I like what our friend Jack said. Jack said it's kind of like when LeBron won Finals MVP with the Lakers. Like AD was the leading scorer, but everyone knows who was the leader and the guy setting the tone for the team.
I feel like it was more of like you came here, so here's the Super Bowl MVP more than like the game itself.
Exactly.
I mean, he was like 21 of 29.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know he didn't throw for many yards, but he didn't make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Just give it to him.
And man, the story of the game, like having all 4 guys that scored touchdowns weren't even on the team the year before.
Yeah, all guys that Brady kind of brought to Tampa.
Man, and then I heard news that Mike Evans is even going to take a pay cut because he wants everyone to re-sign.
Yeah.
Which is
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough though because they have a lot of free agents.
Yeah, I don't know if Godwin. If I'm Godwin, I probably don't resign just because.
Yeah, because he'll get his money somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But like they have Godwin, Fournette's a free agent, Gronk. I mean, he's gonna come back obviously because he just wants to play with Brady. Then on defense, they have I think Sue's a free agent.
Yeah.
Shaq Barrett's a free agent. I think he's gone.
He'll be probably gone. He can get a huge contract.
He's gonna get money thrown at him. And then Levante David.
Yeah. I think he might stay.
I could see him leaving, just because he's 32 and then somebody will pay him.
Yeah, true.
Good amount.
Yeah, but man, like you could really see how much losing Schwartz and Fisher really meant to the Chiefs. I mean, that I think the stat was that was the most a quarterback's ever been pressured in Super Bowl history, and it was the least amount of blitzes in NFL history.
Yeah,
which is
they were
insane.
They were in cover 2 all game.
Yeah. Like they were not letting anyone over the top. They were not letting them make any deep throws. They were shutting down Hill. Kelsey had a good game, but it was mostly just because the quick.
The way you get a team out of cover 2 is you run the ball.
Yeah.
Because they weren't blitzing; they were just rushing 4 and had 7 in coverage, and you have 3 or 4 guys out on routes. And then if you have the constant pressure that Tampa Bay was getting, you can't really beat them by passing the ball. And if you look at their rushing stats, Hilaire had
he came out
9 carries for 60-something yards.
Yeah, in the second quarter, he came out flying. He had that 26-yard rush. Then he had, I think, like a 9 or 10-yard rush. If they were running it in the first quarter even more.
They should have kept going with the run. Try to get him out of get a safety down, get him out of cover 2. But
exactly. But man, that game was mind-blowing to me.
Mahomes ran almost 500 yards.
I know. And that game, there's going to be clips that are going to go down in history, and he didn't even complete those passes. That pass that he threw when he was parallel to the ground.
I know.
And honestly, I don't blame Mahomes for any of that game. He didn't have his best game, but he had nobody open, and he had no time to throw.
He was off, but you can't blame him because he didn't have any time.
Yeah, and 2 times he throws a pass right to the guys, he throw it to his face, and they drop
the one
ball.
that Tyreek Hill hit him in the face.
Yeah, and even the interceptions, one of them was tipped.
Yeah.
The other one was just great coverage from White. But
which was also a tip.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I also the argument Tom Brady obviously is the GOAT.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's over for Mahomes.
No.
He's 25 years old.
25, bro.
And I know it seems really unattainable to win 7.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady won his second Super Bowl at age 26, and Mahomes is going to be 26 next year.
I don't even think he has to win 7. Yeah. I just think if he goes 6-2, let's say.
Yeah.
And he has better stats because he's on pace to break every passing record. If he does that, then he has a legitimate argument.
Exactly.
I don't even think he has to get to 6. If he's 5-1, let's say. And he has all the records.
Yeah, he'll probably break the yards records, the touchdowns records, postseason records as well.
I'm not counting him out to be the GOAT. Because at the end of the day, it's all opinion.
And if the Chiefs stay a good unit, a great team, then he's probably going to go down as the best record ever. Yeah. The fact that was the first time he lost the game by more than 10 points since 2016 against Iowa State.
By more than one possession.
Yeah. That's insane. He's played 3 years as a starter.
I know.
It's cool though. His career, playoff career, has paralleled Russell Wilson's exactly.
I know.
Losing conference championship, winning the Super Bowl, and then losing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a way better career than Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's much better than Russell Wilson.
My goodness, man. That game.
Who's been speaking out a lot.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, I never thought he'd kind of like voice his opinion on having decisions on player personnel.
Yeah.
Talking about I'm frustrated at being hit too much.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see the day.
The Seahawks really need to build on their offensive line, but that's also something the Chiefs need to do. Obviously, they're going to get their Pro Bowlers back, but they need to build a better offensive line. That cannot happen.
Yeah.
And but it really comes down to their defense too. They really weren't making this, like, obviously that stop on goal.
The goal line stand.
Yeah,
in the second
that was
quarter.
incredible. But
that was great.
After that, it was just.
I mean,
so many mistakes and so many self-inflicted wounds. They were just.
Yeah, the penalties.
It was the most.
Some of them weren't good calls.
Yeah, some of them weren't great, but I really don't blame the referees for that game. At the end of the day, the Chiefs' offense was not running, and the Buccaneers were just dominant throughout the whole game.
Yeah, like the Tyrann Mathieu interception. I think they should have just let that go.
Yeah,
because he was holding, but Mike Evans was also kind of pushing off too.
Yeah, and I don't even know about the one where the guy got tripped. Was it Evans?
Evans got tripped.
That completely changed. Like, they got a touchdown out of that where they would have maybe got a field goal.
Yeah,
maybe, but that completely changed the game.
Also, the Chiefs calling timeouts.
Yeah,
at the end of the half.
I don't understand that. I remember the first time they did. I'm like,
because they had no momentum on offense.
Yeah.
So why would you want to get the ball back? Just let them run out the clock and then come back for the second half down 8.
Yeah.
Try to tie it up.
Like, they broke the record for most penalties resulting in a first down. The amount of times they just allowed themselves to push down the field, and the Chiefs just couldn't do it themselves.
It reminded me of the Atlanta Super Bowl a little bit.
Really?
When Atlanta played New England.
Once they got up?
Yeah, there was one drive where they had them on third down twice or 3 times, and they had holding penalties on all 3.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they stopped them on all 3, and they had holding penalties, which led to first downs, and it led to a touchdown, I think.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot throughout the whole game, and And
that game as a whole, it reminded me of when Denver played Carolina.
Yeah,
I said it in a group chat that we're in. The way that Mahomes was so uncomfortable in the pocket, it reminded me of when Von Miller was
just going
Cam
off.
Newton. Yeah, it reminded me of that a lot.
Yeah, Cam Newton did not look himself in that game.
Yeah,
and it was just through the constant pressure he was facing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mahomes was just running for his life that entire game.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see. What I'm really curious to see is come out is the mic'd up video they usually do every week, because the banter between Matthew and Brady.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what he said.
Because obviously I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something about, like, I'm not going to repeat what Brady said, but it was bad.
Yeah, I've never seen that side of Tom Brady before.
Yeah, and then Brady apologized, but then Matthew also took the tweet down as well. So I
assume that's because he got the apology.
Yeah, that's true. But what I don't understand is, like obviously I don't know who started it, the beef between the two of them, but, like, if you're down by 16 points, I never really understood trash talking.
Yeah.
Like, my whole sports career, unless I was winning, I didn't say a single bad thing to the other team, because it's like, you're beating us. Like, there's nothing I can say. Yeah,
the way it looked on TV was Tyrann Mathieu kind of went up to Brady and kind of, like, pointed at him or something. And then Brady went and chased him down.
Yeah. He was so fired. Brady was so fired up. I like to see it. Hopefully he didn't say anything bad, offensive, but yeah, like, I really liked seeing that edge to him. You could tell he was so passionate.
Yeah.
And he wanted to win so bad.
I know. Yeah, it's just kind of like they should have got a double penalty, though.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I don't know why
they only gave it to Matthew.
Yeah.
But Brady's the one who, because usually the person who retaliates gets the penalty.
Yeah.
And Brady is the one who retaliated. And they gave the flag to Matthew. I thought it should have been a double, unsportsmanlike.
Yeah. I also loved when I'm blanking on his name, but when he went up to Tyreek Hill.
Oh, Antoine Winfield.
Yeah. I love that. Like, at first I was like, man, that's pretty disrespectful. But then I thought back, I'm like, no, Tyreek Hill did the exact same thing to him when he was running in for the touchdown. So that's just karma working out perfectly.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah. But, man, the Chiefs next year are going to be so dangerous.
I know.
Because they're going to be pissed. Like, I know Tyreek Hill is so angry about that game. He might break some records next year.
Yeah. And they're getting players back. They're getting the guard back who is a frontline worker in Montreal, actually.
Yeah.
Teradif, I think is his name. I don't know.
I thought he was going to win the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Like, I know he didn't play, but just, like, the fact that he took the year off is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's true. And then they're getting Damian Williams back.
Yep.
Who could have been Super Bowl MVP last year.
Yeah, I thought
I thought it was Mahomes, just because he was kind of the one who led the comeback, but Williams definitely had...
Yeah, he was a beast in that game.
Yeah.
Him and Mostert came out of they didn't come out of nowhere, but they just balled out like never before in that game. But speaking of awards, talking about Walter Payton, I think it was Russell Wilson who won that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we, as much as we failed in the Chiefs Buccaneers prediction, we pretty well damn near nailed the NFL honors.
Yeah, we did.
Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year. A little controversial. We didn't even talk about TJ Watt. Yeah, that's our bad.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, though? Like, he led him in most of the stats, but at the same time, like, he drops back in coverage sometimes, too, so he's going to have more tackles.
Yeah. I mean, I said what I said last week. Donald should get it every year. So.
Yeah. No. True. And then Rodgers wins MVP, no problem.
Yeah.
Chase Young, Defensive Rookie of the Year, where Herbert won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's the one I got wrong. Yeah. I said Jefferson.
I said Herbert, but at the same time, we both said, like, it can go to either of them. And
yeah, it's kind of a toss-up.
I think they probably should have given it to both of them, honestly.
Yeah, just tie them.
They've done it before. Why not just do it again? They both broke records, respectively.
Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, no problem. 2K rushing yards.
I mean, we nailed it, but a lot of them were really obvious.
Yeah, this was probably like the most obvious award show there's ever been.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, like the NBA is always very controversial. The NHL is like, you have no idea who's going to win it every year. But like this year was so cut and dry.
I know. Yeah. It was just kind of like one player in every category just kind of stood out.
Yeah. And then, Stefanski wins it mostly because it just took the Browns to the playoffs. I think that could have gone to McDermott, but, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. But I would have given it to Stefanski just because the Browns haven't made the playoffs since 2002.
And kudos to the production team, like, presenting that. I think it was in L.A. they did it. Like, obviously you can't have the audience there. You can't have everyone in the stands. It's not as exciting, but they did a really good job of bringing people in, making it intriguing.
Yeah, entertaining.
Yeah. Speaking of things I watched during the week, I just watched Tenet, the new movie from Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Was it good? I haven't watched it.
It blew my mind. Like, it's confusing. Like, a lot of people kind of complain that it's a little confusing.
Yeah.
But, like, that's to expect when you walk into a Christopher Nolan movie. Yeah. Like, Inception, Interstellar. Like, he likes working with movies that bend time, and it makes it confusing. But it's like, he just brings you into a world that would never have been possible before.
Right.
It's so sick, man. Like, the word Tenet on its own is like a palindrome, so it's like it's the same forward as back, and that's like the whole story of the movie. Like, there's people going forward, there's people going backwards, but like it unravels, and it just, like, Christopher Nolan usually he'll just blow your mind by the end.
Yeah, this dude's so smart.
Yeah,
like all of his movies are so good.
I know, like, oh my goodness, and like people even say like you're supposed to watch the movie twice. Because you'll know, like, the Robert Pattinson's character, his name's Neil, like, he goes on this whole journey and you don't kind of like notice what's really going on, but by the end you're like, oh my God. Once you watch it, then you're like, now when you watch it the second time, you kind of focus more on his character,
right?
Because, like, the starring character is John David Washington, who's Denzel Washington's kid, who did an amazing job.
Really?
Like, I think he played for the Rams.
What?
I don't know for how long, but he played for the Rams at one point. He's like an incredible athlete, and he did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he did all his own stunts. And, like,
Damn.
It's so sick. And they had to, like, fight. Like, obviously, there's, like, it goes backwards. So they had to, like, do fight scenes in reverse.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So, like, I watched the behind the scenes. Like, the training videos were insane. And, like, they would actually have scenes where they'd, like, talk. Instead of just reversing them talking, they would just talk backwards.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole process is unreal.
Yeah. And Robert Pattinson's Batman.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. The trailer that came out, dude.
We watched it. It was like we were watching Portland Lakers game 1 in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and then
and
we watched
the commercial,
it together.
Yeah, the commercial came on, and the whole time we were like, okay, this seems kind of cool. Like, we're like, all right, the Riddler's gonna be the villain. This is sick. And then the music stops.
Bro, I've seen so many theories.
Oh yeah.
So many, like, Easter egg videos on like what things could be.
Yeah.
Dude.
That when that music hit and he just beats the crap out of the guy. I'm like, this is gonna be so good.
I know.
Because, like, that's exactly what Batman's supposed to be. He's like not even a superhero really. He's more just like he's a vigilante.
Dude, he's the best superhero.
I think so. I agree. Like, his storyline and the
fact
all the characters.
That he's not a supernatural person is why I love him.
Facts.
Because he's just a rich dude that who knows how to fight.
Yeah.
And knows how to use his resources.
I've been thinking about, like, what the whole, because they're gonna do multiple. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I want to know. Like, I'm curious as to what. Because in the trailer, they talk about, like, he's like, how am I part of this? Because, like, apparently he's, like, a part of the whole scheme of things. Because, like, in the Dark Knight trilogy, like, his parents are, like, these great people that did so much for the city. I think in this one, it's going to be that his parents were corrupt.
The exact opposite.
Yeah, they're going to be corrupt, and that's how he's a part of it.
That was one of the Easter eggs, like, the Court of Owls. I'm not too familiar with them. But
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I had no idea what it was either before, like, I heard about it. But, like, It's like a corrupt group of like rich people in Gotham.
Oh, really?
So that could be it.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I also think so Joaquin Phoenix played the Joker. Incredible movie if you haven't seen it.
It's a great movie.
He played it so amazingly. Don't think it's the second best. I think Heath Ledger's was the best Joker.
Is by far.
Yeah. I honestly think that was the greatest acting performance ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, maybe that's my favorite movie ever.
Yeah. That's
so,
it's like top 2 for me.
Yeah.
Oh man, he killed that role. But Joaquin Phoenix signed on for like I think 2 or 3 more Joker movies.
Did he?
I don't even think that's going to be necessarily. I think there'll be a Joker 2, but I think either the second or the third Batman movie from the Robert Pattinson, I think he'll be the villain.
I hope so.
Because oh my god, that makes so much sense now that I think about it. Because in Joker, Joaquin Phoenix thinks that Thomas Wayne is his dad. He thought, and Bruce Wayne was the kid, and he was so mean in that whole movie. Like he punched him in the face. So that can be he was corrupt. Like he was just not a good dude.
That's fire.
Oh my goodness,
that's fire.
You may have heard it here first. I don't know if anyone's ever said this.
It's probably not going to happen. But
but that would be so cool.
That would be great.
The whole fact that he could be like, "You're my brother." And oh my god. And Batman is just gonna be like,
no, you're not.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that. Oh, if that happens, oh my goodness,
dude,
I'm fired up.
Let us write the movie.
Literally, might as well. But man, going back to Christopher Nolan, Batman, he made the Dark Knight trilogy.
Greatest superhero movies ever. Avengers can't do nothing with it.
Yeah. Avengers is so good. Like
Avengers is great.
Infinity War and Endgame are really good. Yeah. But you kind of like when I first watched Infinity War and Endgame, I was like kind of like
You hated it.
Yeah.
I remember we saw Endgame together, and you were like, "This movie's trash."
I didn't like it, but that also was because I had watched like Iron Man. I had seen the Thor movies. I didn't really care for Captain America at the time.
Right. So I don't like Captain America either.
Really?
Chris Evans is great.
Yeah, Chris Evans is sick. He's a smoke show. But oh man, like you kind of like have to watch all the movies leading into it. It wasn't until like I went to first year uni that like I was kind of like, all right, I need to give all these movies a shot. And once I watched them all in order, I was like, the movie blew me away. I was like, okay, I was totally wrong. Infinity War is the best of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I think if Infinity War is my favorite Marvel movie.
And then Endgame just meant like once I watched the Captain America movies, like his whole arc made so much more sense.
Yeah.
But it was so good. But the Dark Knight trilogy, the way Christopher Nolan wrote that,
good.
Like he made the Batman character even more grounded than it's ever been. Like he was trained as a ninja by like Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
Ra's al Ghul. And then oh man, and then the way the end of the movie leads it into like the second one with the Joker card.
The Joker card.
And then Dark Knight is just
the greatest superhero movie of all time.
I agree. The villain Joker, Heath Ledger, like we just said,
and underrated Two-Face.
Yeah,
I love
Harvey Dent was sick in that movie. The way he flipped the coin, kind of like No Country for Old Men. I don't know if you've seen that with Anton Chigurh, but
the coin is like his thing.
Yeah, it's always been his thing, but like it's so sick.
Yeah,
and then the way, obviously,
like it's not realistic, but it was as realistic as it could be.
The way it unfolded, it didn't seem like far fetched.
Yeah. It felt like it could happen.
Yeah, everything like made sense, and the whole way like Joker played off that thing, like in the interrogation scene. Oh my goodness,
that scene is the fact that Heath Ledger actually told Christian Bale to like actually punch him.
Yeah, Christian Bale was even like taken aback. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "No, like hit me." But like, oh man, and then the way he like lies and saying where the two of them are, and I'm like that. Like the one reason I think the Batman trilogy is so good as well is he pays, like he has consequences for his actions. Obviously in other superhero movies, like they get hurt or like specific people may die, but like Batman, like
they come back.
Yeah, and then like in the second one, he was the hero, but he acts as the villain, so like it protects like, Harvey Dent, who's a really good dude.
Batman lost in the second one.
Exactly, and then
like, he was the ultimate loser. Yeah. He lost his reputation. He lost
his
girlfriend. And he lost to the Joker, honestly, because he lost Harvey Dent. Joker, he wanted Harvey Dent to replace him.
Yeah, Joker didn't want him to die. Joker didn't want to die himself. He just wanted to create chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't care about the money. That's what was so incredible about the movie. And then in the third one, he's like damn near paralyzed at the beginning. Like he had to build himself up. And then Bane in that movie is sick. Tom Hardy's such a good actor.
Yeah, he
like,
is.
Broke his back at one point too. But like he wrote.
And I read something that Two-Face, because at the time they didn't know that they were going to make a third movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I read that they were going to keep Two-Face alive. had they known that they were going to make a third movie, which honestly I wish they did.
Apparently they were going to have Joker was going to be in it too, but because Heath Ledger unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
And I want to like clarify some things, cuz like some people think that he died because of he took the Joker character too far. I watched like 2 different documentaries on it, and it was more because he took the character on like big time, but like the whole cast said like when they were like not shooting, he was like the funniest guy they've ever heard. Like he was just joking around.
Yeah.
They were going out to dinner together. The reason like it all went down, like he couldn't sleep. Like he was having trouble sleeping, and then the next movie he did, it was like The Imaginarium or Dr. Parnassus, I don't know what it was called. There was like a scene where in the middle of the night, pouring rain, he's like hanging upside down, and it took him like hours to film this scene. And so like he was just so like deflated and tired from all this. He like mixed a bunch of sleeping pills, and eventually, you know, it led to his death. And it's like, I just wanted to clarify that because a lot of people thought it was because of the way he played the character.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he just went mad.
Yeah.
Which I don't, I feel like that's far-fetched.
Yeah. Man, like either, I don't know if Heath Ledger, I think either him or like maybe Daniel Day-Lewis is like the greatest actor I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Just the way they take on their characters. And like what I liked about Heath too is he didn't want to play like the same role twice. Like obviously he probably would have played the Joker again because it was so iconic. Yeah, but like
so good.
he would I saw this thing that he would literally not take movies because he would wait so long that when he saw a script he really liked, that he would play it to the best of his abilities.
Right.
Which I thought is so cool.
Yeah.
But man, imagine if he could have been in that third one.
I know.
Like I wonder if he would have like helped Batman.
I don't know what his role would be. I mean, they would obviously have to rewrite the movie.
Yeah.
And like have a kind of a different direction with it, but yeah, that's very.
I feel like he could have been like I don't know if you've ever seen Silence of the Lambs, but the Hannibal Lecter or whatever, he like helps the detective try to like solve the case. I think Joker may have been like, he would have like helped Batman, but he would have like screwed with him at the same time.
Yeah.
But oh man, the way he wrote, like Christopher Nolan wrote that character, like in that scene where he like in the street when he gets up and Batman's like driving towards him,
and he's like,
hey mate.
Yeah.
He's so committed to chaos that he's willing to just die in the street.
What kills me every time I see it is when the truck gets flipped over, right? And he gets out of the car with a gun. Yeah. And he like stumbles and he just shoots the gun.
He's got the finger on the trigger.
That scene kills me every single time.
It's so fun. And that scene too where like Jim Gordon gets promoted and he's just clapping.
Yeah, just
like,
clapping himself.
That wasn't even written. He just did that himself. Yeah.
And I also read that a lot of his those Gotham News like kind of things that he would do with people, and like those are all improv.
Yeah. Apparently like they were even like the one scene I think he like yelled at the guy to look at him. Yeah. They were like questioning, like, should we put this in the movie? Because they were like, this is almost like too scary. Mm-hmm. But then Christopher Nolan was like, are you kidding me? Like, no, we're putting this in. And rightfully so.
Yeah. So we have The Dark Knight. Yeah. We've kind of talked about that a lot so far. Infinity War. Great. And my third favorite superhero movie is Thor Ragnarok.
Me too. That is like the funniest superhero movie
That may be the most
ever.
underrated movie in the whole Marvel.
Because it's hilarious. Yeah. The cameos are amazing. Mm-hmm. The acting's great. It's like it's the best Thor movie. No, like the first two were kind of like disappointing.
They sucked.
Yeah, they were not that good.
They were not good.
And then the third one just
it's great,
unbelievable,
honest, bro.
And then the Korg guy cracks me up. He's like, "Hey, I'm Korg." Yeah. And he's like, "This little rock paper scissors joke for you." That guy kills me, man.
He's so good. And their cameo in Endgame too.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
Man. But okay, one got to go between the three of those. Thor, Dark Knight, or Infinity War.
For rewatchability's sake, I'm going Infinity War. I enjoy now watching Ragnarok, I feel, more than I would enjoy watching Infinity War.
Yeah. Like Dark Knight is not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's staying here forever.
I don't think there's a movie I might take over that, honestly. It may not be my favorite, but it's like I can rewatch it every day and not have a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think I might have to agree with you there.
Mm-hmm. It's tough, too.
It's like, I think Infinity War is the best movie, but Ragnarok has that rewatch value.
Yeah. That's why I'm picking Infinity War to
That's tough. Go. The thing I liked about Infinity War, though, is that the Avengers lost. Yeah. Like, Thanos won.
I love it when... I mean, this is going to sound weird, but I love when heroes lose.
Yeah.
Because it sets up the next movie.
Facts. And even, like what movie is it called? Revenge of the Sith. Like, the Star Wars movie. Like, people talk about that as, like, the best Star Wars movie because, like, everything went wrong.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
I feel like most people like
I think
which one's the sixth one? Return
of the Jedi. Yeah. Oh yeah, that and Empire. I think Revenge of the Sith. I think Ian said this. My friend Ian, our friend Ian, he said, Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie, but Empire Strikes Back is like the best film.
Okay, that makes sense.
I get that. Like the Revenge of the Sith is like it's got everything that you want to see in Star Wars, but like Empire, like it has the greatest plot twist in the history of film. I also low-key think there's no more of a heartbreaking story than the story of Star Wars.
Really?
Like I only ever watched it like my whole life. I didn't want to watch the movie.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, like you never were a Star Wars.
I had no interest in it.
I'm not even really like that big of a Star Wars person. I've watched all the movies, but I'm not like the.
Yeah, I never even wanted to see the movies. But then once I did, I was like, okay, these are like all right. And then I watched them again because like the guys in uni, they would just watch it like all the time, and it was just like these are still sick movies. And then I've like developed a liking for them, but like the heartbreak that whole story goes through is insane.
Yeah,
like the whole story of Darth Vader. But yeah, like
Darth Vader, I feel bad for that dude.
Dude, yeah, he lost his girl. He lost his freaking arm, his two legs.
Yeah, he lost everything.
Yeah,
burned everywhere.
Yeah, his best friend. Oh my gosh, he must have had like PTSD. Obi-Wan, like the amount of stuff he went through. Poor guy. There's like a show coming out. I'm actually really excited for that.
Is there?
Yeah.
Because they're making a show like what happened between. Like,
between the third and fourth movie.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the amount of cameos they can have in that, but it's probably gonna be really sad. Because like there's like he's not having a good time throughout that.
Yeah. Oh. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Yeah, I think it's like only one season too, so they're probably just gonna make it as good as it can possibly be.
Definitely.
Yeah. But back to what we were saying. It's got to be Infinity War that goes for me.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that I love to watch Ragnarok. It's just so funny and such a good ending.
I know. It's such a good movie.
But yeah.
It really is.
Do you think Captain America died when Thanos punched him in Infinity War? Like there's like he like
Infinity War.
Yeah, he like absolutely Thanos rocks Captain America in the face and knocks him down, and then he like snaps his fingers. And then it like brings like whoever back that just died in like the last couple minutes. I don't know the specifics. I just know what I
thought it just made people disappear.
It made people disappear, but it also like brought back specific people that I think Hulk died or something like that. I don't know for sure. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But I think like he has like the gauntlet on his hand and he rocks Captain America like goes down not moving. Mm-hmm. I low key think he died.
Really?
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
So like I just thought it just made people disappear.
Yeah. Dude, like before quarantine, I did not really care that much about movies. Like I would watch specific movies, but then once quarantine started, that's like all I felt like I did. I just watched movies, and now I've kind of become like a movie buff.
I'm so late with movies.
Yeah.
Like there's so many movies that you've watched, and I see you talking about them. I'm like, I've never seen these movies.
There's so many.
There's so many movies I need to watch.
Yeah.
That I need to watch them.
I was always like a TV show guy. Like I just want like quick 24 minutes or like 48-minute show. Mm-hmm. But movies now, it's just like I like the slow build almost. Like
you get ingrained in the story.
Exactly.
I wanted to touch on something before we wrap up. All-star voting in the NBA. And how stupid it is.
It's pretty weird.
It's awful. Like I have the list right here. So obviously in the Western Conference, you have people like LeBron, Jokic, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, who I think is a little bit iffy. AD has been kind of off this year.
Yeah.
Paul George, Zion.
Yeah.
He kind of deserves it, but
I'd have Christian Wood above him.
Yeah, Christian Wood.
He's been one of the best players in the league this year.
And why is Carmelo Anthony on the list?
Yeah, there's so many names like that. There's like Carmelo. There's like
Alex Caruso.
I'm surprised Taco Fall's not even on there.
Derrick Rose.
Like he's barely even played this year.
Yeah, he's barely played this year. And I get he's with the Knicks now. So I could see why people would think like he can go up to an all-star level. But come on.
Yeah. He hasn't. And Nikola Vucevic isn't even in the top 10 for big men. I know. He's had one, like, obviously, I think he's second behind Embiid in the East right now. Like, no problem.
Yeah, as a center, yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's been...
Him and Sabonis.
He's been a beast this year. Yeah, Sabonis is extremely... Sabonis, like, is below Jimmy Butler, who has been out with injuries and COVID this year. He's played barely any games.
I know. And when he's played, he's been great. Yeah. But...
It's frustrating when people just kind of pick it based off of names, because there's guys that deserve to be there.
Like... I'm happy Jeremy Grant's on the list. I don't think he should make the team just because there's so many good front court players in the East. But I'm happy he's on the list. But why is Gordon Hayward above him?
Yeah, Like Gordon Hayward has certainly been really good, but
He has.
Grant has been a beast. And
Grant has been great so far.
Even Randall is pretty low.
Yeah,
like guys like Tatum,
he's playing.
Guys like Tatum have played really well, but they still haven't been.
Yeah, Tatum has
playing
missed
that much.
Tatum missed 2 weeks.
Yeah, and even I don't even see Brown on there. Jaylen Brown.
Isn't
he averaging like a nice 26 points per game right now?
Well, isn't he a guard technically?
Yeah, I don't even think he's on the guard table.
No, he's forward.
Oh no, he is. Okay, I was looking at the forwards. But yeah, I mean, even Kyrie's second. Like he's had a good year, but he's missed so many games as well.
He left. He left his team for like
2 weeks.
I know. I don't understand this All-Star voting because I think they do. Do they do player votes and like
I don't know.
coach
honestly.
votes? I hope so because if it's based off the fans, I don't like this.
Is it just the starting lineup that's based on fans, or is it the whole team?
I think that's actually how it works.
Good. Because
when you vote, you can only vote the starting lineup.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That would be so unbelievably unfair if it was the whole team.
I know.
Because so many
like
guys
Klay
would get
Thompson's
screwed.
on the list.
Yeah, he hasn't even played this year, and he's not going to.
Like it's.
Firstly, I don't even know why they're playing the All-Star game. Honestly,
the All-Star.
The All-Star festivities are great, but like this year, it just doesn't make sense. Like, there's not going to be fans.
Yeah. No fans in a city where it's open.
Yeah,
like, Atlanta is open.
Yeah, like at least in the MLB All-Star game, they're playing for something. Like the winning conference gets home advantage in the World Series.
Yeah, the NBA All-Star team or All-Star game means nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing on the line. I kind of like that. That'd be kind of cool if they made it. I kind of like the way, like obviously you want the higher seed to have home advantage,
right?
But putting something on the line in the All-Star game, I think is really cool.
But they also pick teams, so it's hard.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. And it's gonna be like LeBron and KD this year?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It'll actually be a good draft as opposed to when Giannis would do it in the past.
Giannis doesn't know how to pick players.
He picks Middleton first out of the reserves, and he's like, I don't want Harden. He doesn't pass.
Yeah.
How are you gonna call him out?
Let me pick Trae Young.
Yeah. How are you gonna call James Harden out on live TV for not passing?
I know.
When he's literally leading the league in assists this year.
Yeah. Literally, and he's led the league in assists before.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see who the two of them pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like if AD's on there, I wonder if LeBron will take him first.
Definitely, you have to pick your teammates.
Yeah,
first.
True.
But I feel like KD could pick Steph first.
Yeah, I'd like that a lot. That'd be cool. I wonder like if any Raptors are going to make it because Fred VanVleet's had a good year.
If anyone, it'd be him, I think.
Yeah, but Siakam's finally starting to blossom like this year. Like he obviously in the bubble he was atrocious.
Yeah.
He started off kind of slow, but he's kind of coming into his own again. But VanVleet's, I guess, been the top dog for the Raptors.
Definitely. This year.
It's super weird with the Raptors, too. Like, Kyle Lowry is so great to have.
Yeah.
But the team plays better when he's not in the lineup. And
Really?
that's no fault of his own. Like, he's been balling out this year as well. I just think that when he's not there, it almost, like, fires guys up like Powell to be like, all right, I got to be the best I can possibly be. And, like, he's been great lately.
I actually saw something they may trade him.
Yeah, it's so weird. Because, like, as a Raptors fan, I don't want to see him go. I think he's the greatest Raptor of all time.
That's fair.
In terms of like the legacy he's had.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I doubt he'll resign next year. I don't know if he's going to retire or not.
How old is he?
36, I think. I could be wrong.
He could retire.
Yeah. He could also go to Philly possibly, but I think like he knows he's the greatest Raptor, so he's going to be like, I want to stay here.
Right.
It's almost kind of like I wonder if that's what Beal's doing with the Wizards, because like Wall wanted out, and Beal's saying that he wants to stay.
I think Beal just doesn't want to leave because he said it in the offseason that he doesn't like change.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe that's why.
And Washington's a great city to live in as well.
Is it? I thought it was bad.
Well, when I was there, I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know the inner workings.
I mean, the area that he's probably living in.
Yeah, he's in a nice spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Lowry, it's so weird having like trading him would be so like depressing for the nation of the Raptors. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you got to get some sort of return.
Yeah.
Because like if you just keep him, then you're going to get nothing. At least if you move him to like, they were talking about the Clippers. If you get him like maybe Zubac and Kabengele, it's a pretty solid. Like they need a center if they can't get Drummond.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. And the Clippers, then the Clippers would have him, Kawhi, and Ibaka.
That'd be cool to see, but so sad. As a Raptors fan, that's so awful.
Yeah.
But I mean, you want to see them succeed.
Yeah.
I really just want to see the Clippers play the Lakers in the conference final.
I know Clippers just don't need to not blow it this time, and just get the job done.
I still can't believe they blew that 3-1 lead.
I know.
Like, the Nuggets were a great team, but you got, like, you can talk about the supporting cast not playing well, but at the end of the day,
double-digit lead.
Yeah, in, like, the third quarter, right?
In every single game from game 5 to 7.
Oh, yeah.
And they blew it every time.
A lot of that, I think, is fault to Doc Rivers, too.
Yeah, he didn't adjust, but at the same time, you can't control your players.
Yeah, you can't control
the backboard.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Paul George, man. I really hope this year, so far he's shown that he can be the guy.
He's been really good so far.
I don't know.
But no one cares.
Yeah, he just needs to
what are you going to do in the playoffs?
Yeah, he just needs to translate in the playoffs. If he can play the way he's playing now in the playoffs, the Clippers are so dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, yeah, I don't
trust him, though, because he never has since he was in Indiana.
Yeah. I feel like the Lakers and Clippers match up so well, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ibaka guarding Davis is a good matchup. LeBron and Kawhi. That would be, oh, man. I just want to see the two of them battle. Because I feel like even though Giannis is, like, the MVP, okay, like, Durant's in there, too, but, like, Kawhi and LeBron are really the guys that you kind of want to see who's going to get the better of the other one.
Yeah.
Because, like, after his 2019 championship, so many people were saying Kawhi's the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But we never really got... Like, obviously, you saw it in the regular season, but in the regular season, they're both just kind of feeling out their teams. They're not really going 100%.
LeBron's actually kind of going kind of hard so far.
Yeah. I think he really wants to win MVP, too.
I think he will, too.
Yeah,
I think he's going to get it.
I think it's between him, Embiid, and Jokic, possibly.
Yeah, but the thing with those two is Jokic's team isn't that good.
Yeah.
Like, they're not seeded high.
I think
7th seed.
They'll go, like, kind of like the Mavericks. I feel like the Nuggets and Mavericks will both shoot up in the standings later on in the year. They're kind of both off to slow... Kind of like Miami, too. Like, they've been off to a super slow start. But I think they'll shoot up later on. And then Doncic. It really depends if they can be, like, a top 4 seed.
Yeah.
But LeBron is the favorite.
I'd say so. Because KD has missed games. Because he's one of the leading candidates.
Yeah.
Embiid has missed games. And Jokic's team isn't good enough right now. True. So if the season ended today, I'd give it to LeBron. And
LeBron kind of has, like, I know you don't want to talk, like, we don't want to talk about having the narrative, but it's a true thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Like, giving him the MVP would skyrocket his...
That's why I thought low-key should have got it last year. Because he had the narrative.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Giannis had such a historic season that you can't not give it to him.
It kind of sucks. Like, obviously, like, hindsight's 20/20, but looking back on 2017, who got it? Harden?
When Harden got it, I thought LeBron
it should have been LeBron, and then when Giannis got it, should have been Harden.
Yeah.
And then when you just give it to Giannis the next year.
Yeah, which would have been last year.
Yeah. I kind of wish it went that way, but
yeah.
Yeah, LeBron's definitely got the narrative right now, and the players are pushing for him too. They want to see him get it.
Yeah. And he's carrying the team right now.
Yeah. Davis is not...
AD, he's still a great defender. He's been playing great on defense. He's averaging 21.
Yeah, he hasn't been that offensive threat he usually is.
He's out of shape too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because Draymond, he did an interview, and he said, I'm not going to name names, but there's one superstar, and it's not Harden or Luka. They're out of shape. And when I talked to them, they were like, well, it's because of the short off season and all that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's AD.
Yeah, definitely AD. And what's so weird is, like, the fact that you got LeBron and AD, and you're playing a back-to-back. The fact that the 36-year-old can play the back-to-back, no problem, but the 27-year-old is having a problem.
With Achilles tendonitis?
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
And he's on my fantasy team, too. I'm losing because of him.
Yeah, I got Brogdon and Collins for Davis.
Yeah, we made that trade.
Yeah, I don't know who necessarily won that. Time will tell.
If AD would play, then...
Yeah, if AD will play. He's a monster. But Brogdon's been kind of trending downwards. Mm-hmm. But with Hunter out, Collins is the second option on the Hawks. I think.
Yeah, because I made that trade thinking that Hunter was going to be there. Because it said he was going to be out a week. Now he's out for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I hate fantasy basketball.
I've got to be the most unlucky fantasy player ever. I swear. I've got like 50 less points for than the second place team. I'm 1-6 in last place with 50 less points for than the second place team, and I have 300 more points against than anybody else.
Dude, fantasy basketball sucks.
Yeah, it's like...
I hate it so much. It's so frustrating.
An injury completely screws your team over for the week.
Yeah.
Like, at least in football, it's only one game. Mm-hmm. But basketball, like, you'll miss 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm. And those 3 or 4 games are going to be very valuable.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
So frustrating.
And the fact that Kuv is in first place. I know you're watching Kuv. It makes no sense. Look at he's got, like, the third least points for.
Dude, I fleeced this dude.
Yeah.
Simmons and Butler.
I don't get why you made that trade.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to wrap up right there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching again. Thank you guys for listening. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we'll see you all next week. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you all next week.
Stay well.
Peace.